Hey folks, I'm Dave Keys, and welcome back for session 4 of the Keyesland House of Blues and Boogie. Today we're going to look at a little, it's sort of a country blues. You know, to me a country blues is that kind of feel as opposed to an urban blues, which is more of a shuffle. So those of you actually that aren't familiar with what I do here, I'm going to play a song of mine usually, and I perform the song straight out, and then after that I will break the tune down, show you what I'm playing through the use of my magical overhead camera here, and explain what I do and how I do it. So let's have some fun. This is a tune actually called Wrong Man Blues, which was on my 4th CD, I believe, which is called Roots in the Blues. Came out probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And I performed this tune on the CD with the great acoustic guitar player, Woody Mann. So here's the solo version. All right, I wrote this, and I hope you enjoy it. So much trouble, so much pain. Will I ever see my baby again? She said she loved me, and that's a fact. Now she's gone, gone, gone. She's never coming back. Took the last train out of town. I cried the innocent tears of a man who's been wrong. But that's why, oh, that's why, oh, that's why I'm singing these wrong man blues. See, I was out the other night. My gal's best friend got a little tight. She tried to take me to her bed, but I said no, no, no. Soon I'm gonna wed. That woman hurt me, cause I turned her down. She took my good smile, turned it to a frown. Oh, that's why, oh, that's why, oh, that's why I'm singing these wrong man blues. If I drank whiskey, well, I get drunk. If I smoke reefer, you know I get skunked. If I have religion, I praise the Lord. If I have a shotgun, oh, I'd be no more. She took the last train out of town. I cried the innocent tears of a man who's been wrong. Now that's why, oh, that's why, oh, that's why I'm singing these wrong man blues. that is why, that is why I'm singing these wrong man. Lord, you know you hurt me so bad. Oh, you know I love you so much. Oh, why don't you come on back home to baby? Come on back to David, David, please. Oh, come on back to me, yeah. Oh yeah, I miss you, baby, and I love you. Yeah, the Wrong Man Blues. Thank you. Thank you for letting me play it. I'm not hearing any applause or anything, but you know what I mean. All right, so let's break it down a little bit. That to me is one of the most fun tunes I play in my live solo shows, because it really combines so many elements of what I like to do. The gospel, you know, gospel. One of the gospel figures is I can move this mic over a little bit more so get it out of the way. One of the gospel figures is that's the left hand. I'm supposed to slow it down, I forgot. So it's a walking bass. Those of you who've seen the previous videos I've done, I call this broken octaves, broken eighths. You know, it can be swung. You know, for shuffle, it would be swung. But for gospel music and for country music, sometimes it's played straighter. This is called a two-beat, by the way. Another way to play this, if you don't want to do the broken octaves, is just, it's kind of the easier way to do it. So, there's a couple of points there. You know, I was just watching the Ray Charles movie about Ray's life called Ray, which is, I think it's an incredible movie, and it's amazing. You know, Jamie Foxx is incredible in it. But there's a song called The Mess Around that was one of the songs that really launched Ray's career. And Ahmet Ertegun, one of the heads of Atlantic Records, came to Ray and he said, hey, this is like a Pete Johnson boogie. And that's because that's what that is. So it's, well, I can't play it in C, in G. So if I play it in C, well, you talk about the pit, the barbecue, the banners jumping, the people too, they do the mess around. So, but that's that same thing. It's more about the pulse. You know, and mess around, it's a straight A thunking thing. But the idea, it's a country tune, man. It's a polka, it's a country tune, it's a two-beat, you call it whatever you want, you know. Roll, roll out the barrel, we'll have a barrel of fun. Same thing. You know, my thing is that this stuff, you know, it all comes from this big stew at the bottom, you know. And whether it's reggae or whether it's country or whether it's gospel or it's rock and roll or whatever, there's this big tree at the base of the plant, and you take whatever elements you want out of it. But this two-beat feel is a fundamental thing in both country and gospel music. So, you know, I'm getting a little far afield here because I just love this. This stuff is really dear to me. So forgive me. May get carried away here, and I hope you enjoy it anyway. But what I was saying is you have that two-beat thing. And, you know, I'm playing a lot of country stuff in the right hand, like parallel 6, which is the, so here's the G chord, the song is in G, so G, B, D are their triad, the basic triad. But you can do the thirds like this. fundamental thing in country music. But what I like to do is I like to split them. So you take the B and you move it up here. So it's just got a little fuller sound. And then you can put stuff in the middle of it, which is even better. So this is a G7 chord. There's your 7th, there's the root, the G, and the 3rd up there. So I like to go. So you know, it can be any combination of notes that are in there. It's amazing. Or you can do, which is a C sharp diminished half step. To C6. It's a nice rundown. I use that all the time. So real slow. Getting back again to this is more pentatonic, because last week I know we played a minor blues, I think, but this week we're back to the pentatonic, which is the G, from the bottom. So the root, the 3rd, the 5th, the 6th, and the top root again. So you're playing, that's kind of the foundation for what I play on this, particularly because it's a country flavored tune. But going to throw in that flatted 3rd, always make that trill happen. And you can also have it with the either the raised 5th or I would think it almost more as a flatted 6th, because here's your 6th, here's your flat. So you have that kind of, that row. You can build off that. Those are your 2 building blocks in a tune like this, for me at least. It's hard to do this halftime, but I'll try. Rolling 3rds, hear the 6. I'll play it again, more full. Now on the C. Now we're in the pentatonic of C. So also when you're playing in a 12 bar like that, your fundamental key is G. I mean, this song is in G. So the way just that the keyboard lies, you can also, even when you're in C, you know, this is a C7 chord. So you have those notes. One of the important notes is the B flat, which is also the flatted 3rd in G. So if you're in, you play your 1 chord, third's going up. So even though you're going up to C, but you're still in the key of G. So you're playing your 3rds. Keeping this up here, it gives it a nice full sound. Now you're playing, this is your flatted 3rd in C. It's your pentatonic scale. And I'm going to throw this in. Okay, because it's the 7th in C, but it's also the flatted 3rd in G, which is the dominant chord, or the dominant key for this song. So these are, even though you're playing in C and you're focusing on the pentatonic, you can also not be afraid to, I mean, this is, you can throw in some of the similar notes that you would play if you were actually playing over the G chord, because you're in the key of G. So here you're playing the C chord. This is a little run I like to do going up. basically playing the third, the fourth, the sharp 4, the flat 5, up to the 5th. So if you do it, you got the you're playing you're sort of leading with your left hand. I'll take it around one more time and try and talk through it. Rolling 6, that pentatonic. Flat at 6, flat at 3rd. Mixing up the octaves a little bit. So that's what I'm playing right there is I'm thinking more in the G scale right now because I'm coming up, even though I'm on the 4 chord, I'm still leading to the G. So you could look at this several ways. So that's the 7th in C, the 5th. So the reason I'm thinking of this as an explanation point in G is because the G7th is there, the G flat at 3rd is there. So that's a scale, a series of notes that I use all the time. So if you want some kind of linchpins to your improvising, you know, we all have them. We all have stuff that are our go-tos. That's certainly one of mine. Okay, so, and the way it works is the flat at 3rd in G, it's the root of G, it's the 7th in G, it's the 5th in G. I mean, that's the only one that's kind of odd, but because it's the 4th, and you don't think that much, that wouldn't be a G note necessarily, but within the context of the pattern that I'm playing. Those are all notes that you can use, and it's going to sound cool. So, I don't want to get any more deep into this than I have already, because there'll be more stuff coming up, I'm sure. But just the one thing I want to leave you with is, you know, the country, the 2-beat feel. Even if you just do this, you'll really anchor whatever you're playing. If you're really just beginning, start out with this. Don't do anything in the right hand, but start to develop those left hand chops. And if that's too much, do this. It's not quite as much movement, it doesn't sound as great, but it'll get you through the day. Ouch, sorry. So if you were playing this as more of an urban blues or a city blues, it would be a shuffle. It would be swung, and you'd have the basic boogie pattern. But if you want to go back to the country, or if you wouldn't swing with that pattern, you would swing more with the broken ace, which we've talked about before. I mean, if you want to play a country blues, I'm getting too deep into this for my own brain, but for the country, that's the difference for me. The country is keeping it straight, and the urban or the city stuff is doing the shuffle. All right, I guess that's enough for now. Hope you guys are all staying safe, and I look forward to seeing you all next Monday. Please like me at Dave Keys Music. Dave Keys Music is the Facebook page. Like me there, and that way I can find you and send out some more videos and keep everything going. All right? Be well, everybody. See you next Monday. Thanks.